Good morning, everybody. I want to welcome first and foremost my students that are participating in this live Zoom. Also want to welcome all of my Facebook friends, LinkedIn friends, and subscribers to my YouTube channel. Good, Tiffany. I'm glad you're here. I got your message. And we're going to jump in and take a look at what you're doing. So I'm sure you got those names ready. Okay, now, let me look in the question box. Okay. So first, last night we did a short training on how to get 100 times more results with LinkedIn new feature. And that sounds like a pretty heavy number, 100 times more. We're going to dive into it today. And I want to remind all of my students that are in our September bootcamp that tonight we're jumping into the third part of my 4-step formula, which is communication. And that is what it's all about, communication. Now, why do most salespeople fail? They don't follow up. 48% of salespeople never follow up with a prospect. You make the connection. Maybe they respond back, maybe they don't, but you don't continue the conversation. It's entirely up to you. That's the power of this whole process. You can choose to continue to talk to someone or not. 25% of salespeople make a second contact and then they stop. So you send the first message, they accept, you send the icebreaker, and then nothing. It's up to you to decide, is that someone that I want to talk to? 12% of salespeople only make 3 contacts and then they stop. Only 10% of salespeople make more than 3 contacts. And as we've shown, it takes more than 3 contacts. So how do we contact people? How do we stay in touch with people? We stay in touch with people by posting. Sales statistics tell the story. The fortune is in the follow-up. 2% of sales are made on the first contact. And we have examples of people that have reached out to someone, started a conversation. They really hit it off. The person had a need or an interest, and boom, they sign up in the business. It's not the normal, it's rare. 3% of salespeople are made on the second contact. Well, that only accounts to 5% of sales. 5% of sales are made on the third contact. That's only 10% of sales. 10% of sales are made on the fourth contact. That's 20% of sales. 80% of sales are made on the 5th to the 12th contact. The fortune is in the follow-up. Every new connection is like a seed planted in your garden of prospects. Your texts, your posts, and daily activity nourish the relationship until you know enough about them that they need and want what you're selling. So you never experience rejection. It's like being able to pick out a ripe, ready-to-eat tomato against one that's unripe. It's an oversimplification, but it's true. Tony Robbins has said, the past does not equal the future. So it just doesn't matter what your year has been like up till now. Some of you former students are connected to hundreds, some of you thousands of people that you just need to follow up with. You can still turn in a tremendous result with the amount of time you have remaining. In fact, 2023 could be your best year yet. Why? Because historically, September is the start of the best recruiting season of the year in network marketing. Your business will not slow down during the holiday season in October, November, and December until you do, or unless you do. When I was building a network marketing business, I signed up 20 people into my business in 4 days, right after Christmas. 5 people a day. I was going for 30, but I was in a new relationship and my girlfriend said, give it a rest. 2 days before Christmas, give it a rest. I wanted to prove a point, but my relationship was more important, so I stopped. For the last 3 months, I have been secretly working on something new with my coaching students that generates more nonstop leads than ever before, that turn immediately into customers, distributors, and sales than you can believe. But you have to be talking to the right people. And it is up to you to decide who are the right people. Something that will instantaneously position you as a person of influence, that people will reach out to you and ask you about your business. So whether you're an old friend, a loyal student, a new student, or an eager entrepreneur that wants to take their business to the next level, this new information will give you an unfair advantage over your competition. This unfair advantage is like having a crystal ball when it comes to identifying perfect prospects for your business. You can tell in advance who you think would be a great prospect for your business. This isn't hard. The fall is the best season to build your business. That's because once the summer season is done, people shake the beach sand and barbecues out of their heads and begin to get more serious about making money. School has started. Vacations are over. Business seems to start buzzing again. Inflation and the rising cost of everything is causing more people to jump on LinkedIn because they want to generate an additional stream of income on a full-time or part-time basis. LinkedIn is being overrun by marketers. As a matter of fact, now it's like the southern border of the United States. In the fall, you got more social events, parties, and family get-togethers than the whole rest of the year put together. Combining all of these factors results in 2 important things. 1, people spend more money, and 2, people need more money. With that in mind, understand that more people begin to seek part-time remote work or find a better paying job in September than any other month. That's when people begin to get serious. There are new prospecting and recruiting scripts, strategies, and tactics that work better during the fall than at any other time of the year. And when used correctly, they'll enable you to quadruple the size of your existing network and experience significant rank advancements this month. Many of the recent changes made by LinkedIn and Facebook have made my strategies and tactics even more effective than ever before. Some of the recent changes have made portions of my training material obsolete. Now, you're going to have many chances to tell people what you do as a natural part of your conversation with them on LinkedIn and Facebook. But if it was going to cost you $500 every time you gave someone the links to your website, you'd take the time to qualify them before you did, determine their potential, or you would go broke. Simply follow my scripts. Ask your prospect questions to learn more about them. And when you let the conversation with your prospect flow naturally in the direction that each answer you receive takes you, you'll end up talking to more people about your business and experience high closing ratios. Frankly, you can't fail. With unlimited prospects to talk to and with continual practice, you can't fail. The content of your profile and your daily activity positions you to be perceived as an expert and influencer by everyone that sees it. The secret to connecting with perfect prospects and converting them to new business partners and customers has to do with only 3 things. 1, the relationships you create with your profile. 2, the influence you generate with your activity and post. And 3, the conversations you have with your prospects. Follow my scripts. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. The ability to get people to talk to you, follow you, take action, and join your team revolves around everyone's perception of who you are. And this is completely in your hands and depends on what you say to them and what you do. Now, LinkedIn's new celebrations feature is going to make it easier for you to follow up with people. If you don't have it, you can just go to linkedin.com/celebrations while you're logged into LinkedIn, it'll bring it up. The new feature makes it easy to follow up with your best prospects. So that being said, I am going to pop over here and we're going to jump into Tiffany's account. But before I do, I want to give you one example. All right. So I'm going to pop over here to LinkedIn. And let's see, I got a message here. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. So the feature, you go to your network. It's right here. Whoops, right here. Celebrations. And let me go to Sam. Now, I don't show you these to impress you. I show these to you because I want to impress upon you what you can be doing, what members of your team can be doing. So he's been through a number of boot camps over the years. This year, he wanted to really go faster. So I started working with him one-on-one. 2 weeks after our second session, I got this from him. I sponsored over 12 people. And I've been busy onboarding the new team. 12 people in 2 weeks. Then a week and a half later, I got this. I've always wanted to send you a testimonial. Thanks to your coaching, I've added 21 new team members in the last 3 weeks. He's selling a $5,000 program. 21 people. Your coaching gave me the reassurance to go from where I was for a few months, stuck, not going forward, getting rejection after rejection, to signing up 90% of the people I talked to. So I'm going to log out of my account. Actually, before I do, because I might have a better example than Tiffany. I'm going to go over here to my connections. And so the key is to go back to your connections and recontact people. So I've got 9,600 people on my first level. And what he did was he went up here and he did a search for people that he was connected to that were in real estate, that were investors. He specifically searched for people he was already connected to. That's how we did it. Now I'm going to log out of my account. We'll jump into Tiffany's account. And let's go over to Tiffany's network. Now, Tiffany is just getting started with this. Okay, let me unmute Tiffany.
Hello.
Good morning. I got your message the other day, and I knew you were going to be here. So let's just jump into this. And so, who do we want to look at first?
Chastity, Chasity. I-S.
C-H-I.
Or no, S-I, sorry. You're right.
Okay. Now, this is a classic example of what's happening on LinkedIn. Okay. Let's take a look at who you're talking to. I'm actively looking for work from home jobs, preferably a non-phone. She's a stay-at-home mom. Actively looking for work. We come down here. I have experience in retail, customer service, childcare. I'm skilled at communication. Now, you look at her background. Server. Sales. 10 months, 9 months. Program assistant, 3 months. As a teacher to the disabled clients, I taught them different things. Did it for 3 months. And she's been a stay-at-home mom. Okay. So is she a prospect for your business? Absolutely. Now let's go and look at her activity. So not very active on here. She doesn't post anything. Look at reactions. She liked this. It was 1 month ago. Somebody liked the side project. She liked this one 2 months ago. If it's out of your hands, it deserves freedom from your mind. So she's not all that active. Let's go back to the message. Now, frankly, on a scale from 1 to 10, not necessarily the best prospect, but still, there's some potential here. All right, so you reached out to her. She accepted.
Yeah, she reached out to me, so that's the message that I sent. I kind of modified the second one a little bit.
Okay, I don't know how long I've been on here, and it's not working out for me. Why do you think it is? Okay, so remember, the answers to, the average network marketer would come on here right out of the gate and pitch her. Every person who has messaged me wants me to do life insurance, and I tried that once and I didn't get very far. Like, it's not even listed on here. Okay, so what we're going to do first, she sent this on, well, this was on was this yesterday?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. All right, so first we're going to say, I'm not surprised. That want not surprised that you're being contacted by people that want you to sell insurance. In fact, Now, let's put a little space. That's because the headline of your profile says you're actively looking for work. And unfortunately, that line, attract, yeah. Now, we want to ask your question, but we want the conversation. We want the conversation to start. Okay. So what we're going to say is, you look at her profile. Now, let's demonstrate our social media expertise. All right, so let's go up here. I'll just bring up somebody else's profile so we can stay on this page. Let's see how many stay-at-home moms. Whoops, that's not, that should be M. Stay-at-home moms. You got 113,000. Let's put an S. 114,000. WFHM, work from home moms. Okay, so there's a lot of them. Okay, you got 5 million. Now, so let's come back over here. So she's a work from home mom. There are over 5 million women on LinkedIn that are now, we want to engage her in a conversation. Ask her an easy question. How many children do you have? Whoops. All right. And we want to have an end result in mind. Now, you look at her background, you look at her experience. All right. She's got teaching experience. Okay. So between your experience as a teacher and in sales, dealing with the public, those are going to be the three things. Teacher, sales, and working with the public. She has all the experience necessary to be successful in your business. And the question is going to be, what do you know about the network marketing business model? And there's different ways we can say it. Additionally, she graduated from high school 10 years ago, which makes her 27. All right. So we have an end result in mind. But we're going to take a little time, first to get to know a little bit more about her. And then we know enough about her to show her, when we start talking about network marketing, how she has the experience to be very successful when she works together with you. So we're going to want to know, what experience does she have with network marketing? And I guarantee you, she's had a bunch. But at the same time, you're demonstrating to her that you're a savvy, experienced, successful social media marketer. And she just saw that. And we asked her an easy, here you go. You see how fast it goes? You ask the right question. Now let's dazzle her with your social media expertise. All right. So we're going to come over here and we're going to send her a gift. And I'm going to go over here to my downloads. Light. I don't like that one. I'll send the second one. Okay. Now. So let's just, how long have you been on LinkedIn? Now, that's the question. So we always want to come up with the question first, but then we want to have a little conversation. So it's not an interrogation.
She says she doesn't know how long she's been on LinkedIn.
Oh, she did? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what's interesting is when she verifies her profile, we would know. Okay. So most of my friends So she doesn't know how long she's been on LinkedIn, okay?
Hmm.
So then what we can say is, now, she didn't answer the question about the kids. Now, we could say, we could kind of speed this up a little bit. And we could say there are many. This is our transition line. There are many remote opportunities that there are many remote opportunities out there now. Transition line. With your teaching, sales, okay? That's the question.
Okay.
But we want to speed it up a little bit, because she's not the best prospect. And when Amway, okay? So pop that over. All right, now while we're waiting for her to come back and answer, again, see, you want somebody, she hasn't been working for quite some time. You want somebody that's got a recent work history. You've got somebody that loves to sell. I mean, so let's come back over here and let's look for somebody else. Who's the next one?
Domenica, Domenica.
Okay. So she's looking at in the $85,000 range. So that's a little over $7,000 a month. Or about $1,700 a week. Now, let's take a look at what she does. She's a store manager. She's open to work. So she's been she's been working here for 5 months. Before that, she worked at another company for 8 years. Before that, she worked at another company for almost 8 years. Let's look at all of the places that she's worked. So she worked for a department store, started out as a part-time cashier, moved up, remodel division project manager. So she leaves there, goes to work at DSW for 4 years. And then she leaves. Why? Well, here now she becomes a store manager for Kay Jewelers, but she's only there for 10 months. Then she goes over to Christmas Tree Shops. Christmas Tree Shops store operation manager, Harmon specialist, and then she becomes a store manager. So she's worked with Harmon almost 16 years. She left here in May. Why? Why'd you leave? And now she's got another job. So the obvious question is, why'd you leave this place? And most of the time when store managers leave one place and go to another, especially at this time, they're making less money. Okay. Let's see what Chastity has to say. Okay. So there's a couple of questions. How long ago did you do it? So we know where this conversation is going to go. Okay. Why did she join LinkedIn? Because she needed to make money. Why did she not? Nope, I decided I'm not doing it. Because they asked her to make a list of her friends and go out and try to sell to her friends. The other question would be, how long ago did this happen? But the first thing we want to know is, why did you join it in the first place? If she joined it in the first place because she was interested in the products, that's one thing. But no, not doing it. And the other thing is, you also have to measure, she's not the best communicator in the world. If you turn around and look at some of the other people that you're talking to, let's go back over here and look at, oops, actually saw it. Now we could keep going with this. Now you could have 5 or 6 of these conversations going on at the same time. With each answer you get, you're going to determine whether or not the person, I mean, so far, she's still a great candidate for your business. All right? We have to find out, we know why she said no. We know why she stopped it. So as you talk to her, you are demonstrating, number one, your social media prowess. And you're looking for somebody that, okay? All right. All right. So can you come back at 4?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, so we'll come back at 4 and we'll go back and we'll look at some of these other ones on a scale from 1 to 10. Realistically, as I mean, the bottom line here is we know why she didn't like it. The products look cool. I bet I could get people to buy. So what we have to explain to her is the reason. I mean, there's an easy way to do this. You need to be trained. So we've got the script already. You know, to be successful in network marketing requires 3 things. Boom, boom, and boom. Okay. And so we're going to educate her on the process. We have scripts for that. So come back at 4 and we'll dive more into that. Okay. But again,
Okay.
on a scale from 1 to 10 isn't necessarily the best prospect. There are other people that we could be talking to. So remember, the fortune's in the follow-up. And every time we send them a message, it's a form of follow-up. Every time we send them a post, it's a form of follow-up. We've got examples of people who started a conversation in November. The person signed up in the business in June. It's 8 months. And if we counted up the amount of actual time we were texting back and forth, it's a little less than an hour. And yet, my student got a great prospect. So for those of you that haven't registered for boot camp yet, I am holding boot camp open. Whoops. You go to maxsteinhardt.com/boot camp, register today. We're going to be shutting down registration on Friday. There's still time to get in. And we'll teach all of you how to do this the right way. There's no reason why you can't be talking to 5 or 10 people a day, just like that, and enrolling people into your business. No reason at all. You just have to be talking to the right people. We'll catch up to all of you at 4 o'clock.